coming up on the Life is the Future podcast.
For me, like when I get nervous before a game, it's usually not for the game. It's for what others are gonna think of me. Like if I miss a shot in basketball, is everyone gonna be like, "Oh, he missed the shot, he's trash," or it's like if I do something wrong, if I make a mistake. But then like that's why being a part of a team I feel like is so good, because like your teammates around you are able to build you up and like get you back. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Hey, this is Scott Todnam, and you're listening to the Life is the Future podcast, a podcast for health education, middle school, and life in general. It's episode 4 of season 6 of our podcast. This is a chance for 2 of our hosts on this school year, John and Jaymes, to record their very first episode alone as leaders. Check it out.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. So we're at season 6, episode 4 with your host. I'm John.
I'm Jaymes.
I'm Max.
Roshann.
And today we're going to be talking about how sports can affect our lives positively, negatively, like through like socially and mentally. So yeah, let's get into it. So for the first question, like you guys all play sports, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what sports do you guys play?
I play baseball, golf, and a little bit of basketball.
I play basketball, cross country, track and field, and water polo.
I play football, basketball mainly.
I play football and basketball again.
Yeah. So So the question is, how can sports kind of like, because sports, in my opinion, sports affect my life like a lot, right? Like it affects how much time I have for homework. It affects like what friends I have, who I talk to. So I'm gonna be asking questions today. Well, we're gonna be asking questions today about how sports can affect your lives. So first, like, how much time do you guys have for homework a day? That's one of the big questions I have, because I feel that for me with my sports, I don't get that much time to do my work. So what about you guys?
I really don't get a lot of time, but I just try and knock it out of school, and then after that,
Yeah.
whatever.
I just get my homework done in school because like I got activities after school, so I just try to do it in school.
Same. I try doing it
The
like.
time I have.
Sorry. I try doing it when like the teacher's talking if I can.
I mostly do it in school too. I try to, but then like if I still have some more left when I get home, I do it after like football or basketball season when it starts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does like doing too much sports like affect like your schoolwork or like other time?
Well, for me, yeah, it does, because if I'm out there playing for like 5 or 6 hours and I got no time for other things, and like it's kind of hard on my schedule. So.
Yeah, for me it's the same. I have like every day I have like a different sport, cause like sometimes I have karate or like basketball. And then
I did that too.
And then yeah, I just have barely any time for homework, and then it can make my grades go down or something if I don't finish the stuff.
Yeah, like especially if I get home like really late, I feel like it's like I get home, it'll be like 9 o'clock or something, and I'll see like 6 assignments in like so many different classes. I'm just like, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and then it's like the next day I'm set behind. I don't know like what they're talking about, and then like if a test comes that day, then I'm like, oh, you know. So it's just like sometimes I feel like doing too much can like. Sometimes it's bad, but then it's also good at the same time. It's like it kind of balances each other out. It's pretty equal.
And you also won't have like energy for like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And like homework, and you won't have like time to think about this stuff.
Yeah. Because I know for me, I love sleep. And
yes.
Like, I think I can say for all of this, like for all of us, is like if I just got home from like a really intense game or something. The only thing on my mind is sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my Z's in. I'm trying to go to sleep, and like homework. If that's like the one thing that's keeping me up, I just like and like sometimes for me I always just do it no matter what. But then that affects my sleep schedule, and then the next morning I get a bad start, and then I feel like it just kind of sometimes affects my whole day.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
For me, when I do a lot, like my grades will drop, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta get this done. So like the next day I won't play sports that much, and then I'll just like get my work done, so I'm not behind.
Yeah, that's why I feel like that's like the importance of balancing out your school life and like your extra curriculars and stuff like that, because like they're all connected. If you do bad in school, that means like you can't do the school sports. So you have to be able to balance them together. And I feel like for me that's really hard for me sometimes, because like I feel like one thing can affect the other, like a chain reaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So another question like I have is like, out of all your friends, do majority of them play sports too, like you?
Yeah. Most of them.
Most of them.
Yeah, same. So we were kind of wanting to see like if we could make kind of a point that people who play sports and people that do that, they hang around people who do like the same things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same similarities and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. how have sports like affected your life in a positive way? Like, have you gained more friends? Have you like kind of like a healthier lifestyle and just like you just again something you enjoy a lot?
Yeah, it definitely helped me gain more friends and like help me staying fit, and yeah, so it gives me more activities to get more have more fun.
Yeah, well, but really just same with me. It's like I feel like I have a lot more friends and I hang out a lot more because I have like sports and all that stuff, and that's really.
Like I gain more friends and like it makes me happy because like I like doing sports and it's like a hobby to me.
Yeah, I like whenever I'm hanging out with my friends, at least we're always playing sports or like oh, do you guys want to go play basketball or let's go play football or something like that. It's kind of like the main thing, you know what I mean? Like sports is like it's in all of our lives so much, like you know what I mean? Yeah. So another thing I want to say is like I think like being on a team, I think like that really helps you. You know what I mean? Because like you get like the support of others around you constantly, and I just feel like being a part of a team. That's one of the reasons why I love sports so much. If that's like one of you guys too.
Yeah, and like if you're trying to go pro in something, like if you're on a team, you can see what you're doing wrong and like what others are doing better than you, so you can learn from them.
Yeah, that's a great point. Just having someone else to like back you up, it's just like that can help you so much.
It also helps out with a lot of like social health too, because you get to like socialize and just have fun and just really do that type of stuff.
And like meet new people.
Yeah. Like I've met so many people that are like they might have been new to like the school or to like a team, and just being together, like being able to play sports with them, it's like a good way to like kind of break the ice and like have new friends and like gain new people around you. You know what I mean? Yeah. How can sports negatively affect you? Because at least for me, like if I perform bad in a sport, I feel terrible. I feel like I feel like embarrassed. I feel like everybody's gonna be looking down on me, and I feel like it just changes my whole mood, to be honest.
Yeah, that's really the same with me too. It's like whenever I like do bad when I play golf or like I get a really bad score, I just feel like everybody like really comes down on me, even though they really don't. Really nobody could care that much about it, but it just really seems like in your head.
It doesn't affect me too much because I like sports, but it'll affect me if like I don't perform good in like a game or practice.
If I have like one bad game, it doesn't affect me too much. But if I have like some bad games in a row, it's gonna be bad for me, and yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, like the main part for me, like when I get nervous before a game, it's usually not for the game. It's for what others are gonna think of me. Like if I miss a shot in basketball, is everyone gonna be like, "Oh, he missed the shot, he's trash," or it's like if I do something wrong, if I make a mistake. But then like that's why being a part of a team, I feel like is so good because like your teammates around you are able to build you up and like get you back. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
What are some tips to like manage your time?
I would say like make a daily plan, like plan out everything you have like in the week, and then make sure you have some time for homework, and like if you have a packed schedule, don't hang out with like friends or something. Yeah.
Or just really don't do extra stuff that's not needing for your schedule or whatever.
Yeah.
I would just do like go to sleep the same time like every day and then like wake up the same time every day. So it's like repeats your schedule.
Yeah.
And you can stay like you can wake up normally and like not have to be tired in the morning. If you're sleeping like 12 hours a day in the weekend, then you have to sleep like 6 or 7 in the weekdays.
I think what you said earlier about like choosing to just not hang out with your friends and get your stuff done. I think that's like for me I think that was like one of like the big things you said, because like if all my friends are hanging out and I have to do homework, if I'm being honest, I usually choose that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're gonna feel bad if you're the
I
only
know,
one
right?
doing homework.
So it's like it's kind of like sometimes I feel like peer pressure put into it, because like you want to be able to, you don't want to miss it out. You don't want to be that one person. Nobody wants to be that one person that's like that. It's like doesn't understand the joke. You know what I mean? So that's why I always fall into it. I go out, hang out with my friends, and I just leave my homework to you know what I mean?
And just do it.
And you're gonna regret it later.
Yeah, but then I also think like kind of like going into another thing. I think that like kind of the opposite of performing bad. I think performing good in a sport, I think the feelings that it gives me and like the emotions, it's just amazing to me. Like
it like boosts up my confidence
Yeah.
and stuff.
like gives me like crazy confidence to feel like I can just like keep playing. You know, it's just like I get so excited to do like the next thing.
And then you always like want to do good the next game.
Yeah.
But if you don't do good the game, then you're just kind of.
Yeah, I think that's like a top 5 feeling of all time. You know, just like having like a 20-point game or something, or like it's just one of those things that's like you have to experience. So I mean, I think this conversation was really good though, because like just being able to like like talk to someone else, talk to other athletes around here that like go through the same things as me, I think that helps me really well because it helps me like know that other people are going through the same thing, and I'm not the only one that has to deal with this problem. I'll be like, oh, I have so much homework, but I'm just thinking, so does everybody else, so does my whole team. So it's like I should just like go for it and just do the homework. You know what I mean? Yeah. I guess to close it off though, Jane, do you have anything to say to them?
Not really.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't really either. It's kind of like, I know, it's like kind of like the first episode, you know, still kind of getting used to it. But do you guys have anything else to close it off to the viewers?
I would just say just make sure manage your time, make like a plan, and even if you're the only one like not hanging out, it's more important to get your schoolwork done. So yeah.
That's a great point. Yeah, but that's the end of the video. Season 6, episode 4, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, thanks to Max and Roshann for joining John and Jaymes this week to talk about all things sports in teenage life. You could hear a little bit of nervousness here on their very first episode alone, but I thought the guys did great this week because sports are more than just fitness. I was happy to hear the 8th graders talk about life balance, especially starting with academics and homework and how they might manage something like sleep or friendships amidst a sports season. You heard the students talk about the connection between sports and friendships and the impact on social behavior and social image, but also how sports might affect a teenager's emotions and overall mood. The guys got into a little bit about the overwhelming aspects of sports and maybe the pressures to perform and to succeed. And I'm very grateful that they ended with some of the tips, some of the recommendations that they might have for someone in a similar situation to them. All in all, a pretty good first episode for them. You're going to notice that John and Jaymes develop as leaders this entire school year, so stay tuned and thank you for tuning in on that journey as we continue with Season 6 of the Life is the Future podcast. As always, thanks for tuning in.